Uh, Hi. Oh, wow. Times have changed. Our places have switched. And when I got here, the first comment I got was, "Wow, I don't remember you being taller than me." So yes, times have changed. But today I'm here to talk about Portrait of a Graduate. These four words, ever since I got to Fairfax County, which is basically from day one, these words have been stuck into my ear over and over and over again. And by the time I got here, it was rotting in my ear like last week's fridge I found like last week's dinner I found in the fridge yesterday. And right on my first day, the words again were POG. I know. But it was not only consistently said by the teachers here at Cooper, but it was also taught. And that made a really big difference. And during my freshman year in high school, I saw myself actively using all these skills. And now, a rising sophomore at Thomas Jefferson High School, I cannot express enough my appreciation toward my Cooper teachers for teaching me such valuable skills. My name is Ashley Chan, and I am honored to be back at Cooper to share my thoughts and experiences of and at this incredible school I am proud to call my middle school. Today, I'd like to talk about the role of teachers. Teachers are not just here to tell students to be something, but to nurture and to grow students. You are the portraits of the graduates of the school. The kids are the image, but what really makes them shine is the way that you support them. I am honored to stand before this army of adults collectively called the proud teachers of Cooper, ready to take on the next wave of students. Next chaotic wave of students. We all know how middle schoolers work. As this new year comes to start, POGs is something that students will use forever. While they may forget history facts or math facts, no offense, but in case they forget, a portrait of a graduate skills is something that will consistently support students their entire lives. And my short speech today is based around three key ideas: engagement, student voice, and exploration. I'll start with engagement. I will always be a student for my entire life, even after I graduate. I'm learning every day from my incredible parents, hi mom and dad, and I'm learning from my peers. In fact, I learned what a VCR was the other day, and I will never look at Netflix the same way again. But I digress. As a student, I find that I always learn best when I'm engaged. But this is already a common fact. The real question is how. How do teachers engage students? Coming from the perspective of a student, I believe that the key is helping students develop courage. Kids are not born with courage. Courage is also not genetic. And simply telling students to be courageous is simply not enough. Courage is something that must be watered and taken care of and developed over time. Next to parents, teachers are one of the most critical beings that have the responsibility to nurture this. But you may be wondering, what does courage have anything to do with engagement? My belief is that engagement comes from asking questions. However, when I say questions, like asking questions, I'm not talking about students asking questions, but rather teachers asking questions. Teachers asking students questions. Too often in a classroom have I seen the teacher talking 10 times more than all the students combined. And too often in a classroom have I seen students only ask and teachers only answer. Engagement comes from forcing students to think and come up with original ideas and being able to communicate them to others. Teachers are not here to spurt facts to students, but rather to lead original student thinking to the right ideas and concepts. This leading is best done through asking students questions and inciting classroom discussions where students collaborate with each other to form solid, overarching ideas. But you may ask, how does this kid know about true engagement? How does Ashley Chan, this irrelevant student, know anything about engagement? I know asking questions engages students because that's exactly what my teachers here at Cooper did for me. I recall a time in civics class when I experienced this type of engagement. Though I might be biased because I have an innate love for current events from my dad, one of the times I felt most engaged was during the current events class discussions and debates at the start of class. It came to be something that I looked forward to every week. Not only did these discussions challenge me to come up with my own ideas, but it also taught me how to be accepting of other ideas and to take other perspectives into consideration. Looking back, I realized how crucial having such discussions are, especially for middle schoolers. Middle school is an uneasy and uncomfortable time for all students, and part of this includes finding one's opinions, voice, and belief. This brings me to my second point, student voice. As my teachers engaged me and made me feel more comfortable, I became more confident and felt like my voice, the student voice, was being heard and elevated. I was not just being told to do things and to accept things the way they were, but to comprehend the world around me in my own learning process. One of the greatest things I experienced in Cooper was that teachers would send out feedback forms every quarter. Not report cards for students who can cry over their grades later, but rather forms for students to fill out and to share their thoughts with teachers in the class. I was asked how the class could be improved and changed. Not only did this give students an outlet to share their experiences, but it nurtured the courage for students to share feedback with their teachers in the future. What I learned from these short Google Forms was not only how to give constructive feedback, but also that teachers really do care. They care about the learning process. They care about how their students are learning. Because like I said, I will be a student for life, and I found that so will teachers. They are some of the best teachers, and they're always looking for ways to grow and improve. And that reassurance by itself mattered. I now proudly carry the skill of being able to converse with my teachers and asking for help and giving suggestions on how to improve classes to my teaching teachers. From day one, I invest in my classes and teachers with the confidence that I, the student, am the most important part of the learning process, and that my teachers will do everything they can to support me. Finally, I want to talk about exploration. Cooper was great at providing so many experiences for students to be curious and to explore. When I say explore, I mean both the academic and skill aspect. In the academic aspect, I was given countless opportunities at Cooper to find my true interests and passions, many of which I continued to pursue at TJ. In fact, after my 7th grade field trip to Scouts Run, I founded Hiking Heroes, a hiking and environmental club. Hiking Heroes now has 4 chapters across the United States, is about to go international, and has been awarded the Presidential Volunteer Award. My journalism class inspired me to begin publishing my writing, which Ms. Barrow also talked about. Hiking Heroes now begins to publish an annual bulletin, and I personally have published my writing in multiple anthologies, and I'm in the process of publishing my own poem book. In the skill aspects, these opportunities also help me explore the applications of Portrait of a Graduate skills. They require collaboration and communication with team members such as the mock trial projects. They require critical and creative thinking such as Socratic seminars. And in each class, teachers always remind students to set a final goal, and they always provide a rubric so students can learn to be goal-directed and resilient. Many of the examples I've said so far are in-school activities, but I also like to give a shout out to the Cooper After-School program. During my time at Cooper, I was part of the Math Counts program as well as the debate club, and I genuinely mean it when these 2 clubs had a very big impact on me. However, I'd like to thank not just those who helped lead these 2 clubs, but everyone and all the staff members who helped run the Cooper after-school programs. Coming to TJ, surprisingly, I have met so many students who were held back in their exploration due to lack of opportunities. I found that many middle schools in fact did not have a Math Counts program, or they did not have a debate club. And even if they did, it was extremely poorly organized. So thank you to all the teachers and staff members who open up opportunities for students both inside and outside of school. It really makes a difference. I know I'm almost out of time, but I want to conclude by thanking the teachers here in Cooper for not only giving me the skills to get into TJ, but also to thrive there. Finally, thank you again to Ms. Barrow. I know she's been talking this entire time, but thank you, Ms. Barrow, for finally giving me the opportunity to come back and talk at this incredible school and for welcoming all these new teachers. And with that, I wish everyone the best of luck to the new school year.